everyone, it's Lindey. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another What's Sold on eBay video. If this is the first time we're meeting, hello, my name is Lindey. I work from home as an e-commerce seller and my YouTube channel is solely dedicated to helping other sellers grow their businesses. So if videos like this interest you, please do make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. That way you're notified whenever I post a new video. And if you appreciate my transparency and the fact that I share all of the inner workings of my eBay business with you guys, please do hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it because it benefits my YouTube channel. So today what we're going to do is we're going to look at my eBay sales overall for the last 31 days. And then I also want to take you in and show you week by week to show you where there were some highs and where there were some low lows. We're gonna talk about selling costs, we'll talk about things like net profits, and then I'm actually going to take you into my paid and shipped page and scroll through and talk about some of the specific items that sold for me over the month of November. And then in this sold video, I wanna do something a little bit different and I wanna talk a little bit more in detail about a couple of products that I found that were discontinued, and I want to express why it's so important to do comp research and not to just mindlessly price your items on eBay. So first, before we get into all of that, let's talk about how much I sold over the month of November. To do that, we're gonna go into my computer and I'm going to show you my actual real eBay account. All right, so first, I don't have a problem with it. We could talk about the elephant in the room. We could talk about the fact that my sales dropped 52.9%. 52.9% they dropped. So for the last 31 days, my sales reached $3,827.85, which is a huge drop since October. And so like I told you, we are gonna go week by week so we could see where things went right, where things went wrong. But honestly, the reason for this is just a flood of excuses that are in my control and then some are not in my control. For instance, the month of November was the most recent election, and I think a lot of us are seeing some huge dips in sales in response to that election. A lot of us have seen huge spikes in COVID, and I don't know about you guys, but both of my kids had to come home for remote schooling, which means that my entire life has been completely chaotic. I'm having to figure out a brand new schedule because my youngest is in kindergarten now. Before, with pre-K, it was a little bit different when he was home, but now it's a completely different world. We're all just trying to navigate how to do school, live our life, and I'm trying to figure out how to work in the middle of all of it. And all of this stuff has just not worked out well with my eBay business. And so I'm still in the process of figuring out a plan. I think I need to hire someone to help me with listing because as it stands right now, I just don't have time to do it all by myself. I'm trying, and I don't want to say I'm failing, but I'm definitely not at least maintaining what I was able to do last month because of all of this new stuff that has presented itself for the month of November. All right, so now let's look at the details. We know the sales, now let's look at the selling costs and all the other details associated with this number. And then I'm sure you also noticed that I'm looking at October 31st to November 30th. It's because I'm actually filming this video on November 30th because it was the one time that I had to actually film this video, so I don't have the full month of November to look at, so I'm choosing to just look at the running 31 days so far. It's the best I could do. Like I said, everything's chaotic right now. So $3,827.85 of total sales, $201.98 was collected by eBay on my behalf for taxes and government fees. My total selling costs amounted to $1,475.25, which was 38.5% of my total sales, which leaves me with a net sales total of $2,150.62, which is down 47.9%. So let's take a look at what is all included in this $1,475 selling costs that I have. So if we scroll down here, there's this little section for selling costs that breaks down what exactly we paid for the fees associated with selling on eBay's platform. So if you break this down a little bit more, we can see I paid $98.50 worth of insertion fees. That's because I have all of my listings as good till canceled, which means that even after a listing sells, the listing still remains active, meaning I have to pay an insertion fee for it because there's a chance that I could get it back in stock. And I would rather just keep all of the sales history on that listing, and when I replenish the stock, I'll just have it already available to sell again. That's a personal preference that I make, so I pay an additional $98.50 in final value fees for that. I paid $456.21 in final value fees. I did end up still paying $2.57 in promoted listings fees. As I told you guys last month, I did decide to turn off promoted listings. However, there is a cookie associated with the promoted listings. That means if someone clicks on your original promoted listing and they wait to purchase, that cookie lasts for 30 days. So if they originally clicked on one of my sponsored listings, but then purchased it 3 weeks later, I still have to pay a percentage based on that original promoted listing fee that I had. So I paid $2.57 for those last couple of promoted listing fee tricklings in, $1.83 for international fees. I pay $59.95 for my premium store subscription, and then I received $30.10 in fee credits. The last little bit is the shipping labels. I paid $886.29 in shipping labels, which is 60.1% of the total selling costs that I pay. And 60% is pretty typical of shipping labels. So that means that after all of my sales, all of my selling costs, this leaves me with a net total of $2,150.62. So this net sales number is where I would determine how much I want to pay myself for the month of November. So up until a few months ago, I've been paying myself 30% of my net sales, which means if I was paying myself 30% of this $2,150 amount, I would be paying myself $645.18. But I have since recently increased the percentage that I'm paying myself because I'm starting to get more comfortable with the capital that I have for reinvesting in my business. So I've been paying myself 50% of my net sales total, which means that this month I would be paying myself $1,075.31 from my eBay business alone. However, I did choose to invest a little bit more money in inventory this Q4 just because of the impending shutdowns from the pandemic, and I wanted to get a little bit more inventory in my backlog. So because I spent a little bit more on inventory this month, I am actually choosing not to pay myself anything from my eBay business because my sales dipped so low and I bought so much inventory. So even though I would normally be paying myself a little over $1,075 from my eBay business, I am choosing not to pay myself anything this month because I'm just reinvesting it into inventory, and I will just draw a paycheck from my other sources of revenue. Which a lot of you guys have also been asking me about the different streams of income that I have. There is a video that is going to be coming out very, very soon on my channel where I talk about my 8 streams of income. This is just one of them. So if you are interested to know what those other streams of incomes are, please make sure that you are subscribed because that video is going to be released very, very soon. Okay, so now let's take a look week by week and see where things did well and where things took a huge dip. So this was the first week. This was October 31st through November the 6th. This was pretty typical for me. If I'm not really trying very hard, if I'm not really aggressively listing a whole bunch of merchandise, I can get about $1,000 in sales, and that's about where this was. It was $1,096.53 in sales this week. But then this next week took a huge dip. So the week of November 7th through November the 13th, I had a huge dip in sales this week. This was the week following the election. Right after the election happened, I just saw my sales take a nosedive, and it was very, very concerning. But I was not the only one. I started hearing a lot of people talking about their sales were suffering. So I figured, we just need to hold on and see what's going to happen. So then the following week, things started to recover a little bit. I definitely went up. I did get a few listings up because even though I was seeing a huge dip in sales because of the election and things going on, I did have some motivation to get some stuff listed because it is very, very important that if your sales are slow, that you don't just stop listing and stop working entirely. You have to keep going. You have to keep listing. So this week I did start listing a few more things and my sales did jump back up. I did $1,350 worth of sales this week. And then this is the last bit of the month. There's a lot of reasons why sales took a huge dive this last week. This isn't even a full week. This is actually 10 days. This is November 21st through November 30th. My total sales during this time frame were only $726.40. That's barely $70 a day on average in sales. And during this week, I was not doing a lot of listing at all. I was taking a lot of time off to get ready for Thanksgiving. And this was also when we found out that both kids were gonna have to come home for remote learning, and a wrench just got thrown in my entire business. And this number definitely reflects that. You basically get out what you put into your business, and I just stopped putting things into my business, and my sales definitely reflect that. Okay, so now that we've gone over all of the numbers, I want to talk to you guys about some of the particular items that sold for me over the month of November. And I also want to talk to you in detail about a few of the items that I happened to get in stock that were discontinued. And I want to talk to you guys about discontinued items and why it is so important for you to check comps before listing items on eBay. But before I get into all of that, I just want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's sold video. Wholesale Ninjas has been a longtime supporter of my YouTube channel, and they are definitely on a mission to help resellers grow their businesses. Finding a reputable company to source merchandise from is imperative when you are wanting to grow an online store. And I have found that Wholesale Ninjas is by far one of the most consistent when it comes to quality control, and one of the most reliable when it comes to getting a consistent form of merchandise. You guys know I love selling health and beauty merchandise on eBay, but the problem with selling in that category is that it's very inconsistent with most liquidation companies out there. Sometimes they have it in stock, sometimes they don't, but I have found that Wholesale Ninjas is always reliable. They always have the kind of merchandise that I'm looking to source. Not only that, but their quality control is on point. Every time I get a delivery, everything is always impeccably packaged, and there's never a ton of stickers to take off. So that means I can get stuff listed even faster so it can get selling. And they are set up to accommodate any level seller. You could buy a small box of inventory from them all the way up to a truckload. So Wholesale Ninjas can provide inventory regardless of what level business you're currently at. And I definitely appreciate how committed Wholesale Ninjas is to helping sellers grow their business. I also have a coupon code that gets you $25 off of anything on the Wholesale Ninjas website. The code is Lindey25, and I will link it down in the video description, and I will also put a direct link to my favorite lots on their site as well. So thank you again to Wholesale Ninjas for partnering with me and sponsoring this monthly sold video. Right now, so before we go over and start looking at all of the items that sold, I want to talk about those discontinued items that I happen to get in a liquidation order. And I always get so excited when I find items that have been discontinued, because discontinued usually means you can sell them for a really good dollar amount. So this is the first one. This is the Dry Idea Stain Clear Clean Scent Roll-On Deodorant. So when I first saw these in a liquidation order, I just set them aside, and they basically started accumulating in a death pile because I didn't really think that they had a lot of value at all. But little did I know, they were actually a discontinued scent that's selling for a lot more money. So I currently have 2 of these deodorants listed for $31.88, and I've already sold 1 set and I have 12 remaining. Now, if I didn't look at price comps, I would have expected to list 2 of these for $10. So I'm so glad that I checked comps, because I didn't realize that this scent is now discontinued. So this is something else, this Jergens BB Body Perfecting Skin Cream. So now this is a tinted cream. This is the medium to deep skin tones, and I only had 2 of them. I was so bummed. I only had 2 of them, but 2 of them I was able to sell for $60.88. So I only had 2 of them, but I was really surprised to see them selling on average for $30 a tube. So that meant I listed a 2-pack, I listed both of them together for $60.88. Then I had a whole bunch of this same Jergens BB Body Perfecting Skin Cream, except this one was for the light skin tones. So I had a whole bunch of them. I have sold one already, 1 tube for $17.88. And then I have a second lot that is a lot of 3 tubes that are still in the box for $46.88. And you can see here, I've already sold 2 lots and I have 7 lots remaining. But now what I think I might do, since I've already sold off the single tube for $17.88, what I might do is this lot of 3, I might break up and add a 3 quantity back to the single one again. So I still have 7 available of these lots of 3 as pictured right here, but I think I might change the 7 available to 6 available and do a quantity 3 of the single tube. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Because this single tube here already sold for $17.88. So my concern is that having a high price point for 3 tubes might deter some buyers. There might be buyers out there that are more willing to buy 1 single tube for $17 right now versus 3 for almost $50. So you can see here that I have a photo of all 3 of them together, but then I also have a single photo. The reason why I do this is because of this very reason. If I have to think to myself, what if someone only wants to buy 1 and I can price 1 at $17.88 and trigger some more sales? So I will go ahead and I will take a photo of the single item, because now what I can do is I can click sell similar and I can do a single listing in addition to the lot listing just to see which one is going to sell better. I always try to maximize the profit per transaction if I can. That's why I decided to do lots of 3. Because if I can do lots of 3 of these Jergens BB body cream and get almost $50 in a single sale and put all of them in a flat rate envelope, that is going to maximize the amount of profits that I have in 1 single transaction versus selling a whole bunch of them at only $17 a piece. So what I did is I went ahead and I took a picture of the 3 and I created a single listing with 3 tubes in it, but then I also took a photo of a single. That way I could try to sell singles if I wanted to. So that's kind of my logic when it came to these creams, because I didn't know if a $50 price point was gonna be too much for someone right now. And then the third item that was discontinued that kind of surprised me that showed up in a liquidation lot was this John Frieda 7-day luxurious volume in shower hair treatment. So again, this was something that I thought was like a little $10 item. It was not a huge pump tube at all. And I was really surprised to see that 1 single pump of this 7-day hair treatment was selling between $20 and $25. And I had 4 of them. I priced all of them at $21.88 and all 4 of them sold within a day. I had 1 person buy 2 of them, and then I had 2 other people buy them back to back. And again, this is a perfect example of why you should always check comps and never assume prices. There's a lot of the times where I'm going through doing price comps for things, and I will see somebody just price their item wildly different from everybody else. And I just know that the reason for that is probably because they didn't check the price comps, that they just grabbed a price out of thin air. And when you do that, you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. So if I didn't check these comps, I would have just priced it at $10 in free shipping and I would have missed out on nearly $40 in revenue. Okay, so now we've looked at a few of the key items that I listed that sold for me over the month of November. So now let's take a look at kind of the body of my listing. So I did not have a lot of high ticket items sell during the month of November. It was a lot of bread and butter kind of stuff. I've already shown you like the high ticket items that I was able to list and sell. So now let's take a look at all the bread and butter stuff that was kind of the body of my sales over the entire month of November. So I sold a 3-pack of Revlon blonde hair coloring for $15 on best offer. And you'll notice I did a lot of best offers this month because I was just really trying to drive those sales because the sales just weren't there. It just took forever. So I sold some Orly BB cream. It's a nail treatment for $8.70. Here's a double-sided hard and soft boar bristle hairbrush for $10.30. Some Shea Moisture body oil for $14.30. Here's some, see, I sold a few of these. These are, I guess, considered high ticket. These are from shears. They're the Artistry Explore 6.5-inch barber shears. So this one sold for $31.90. Most of them sold around the $30 price point. I think I might have taken an offer for one around $28 or $29. I'm not sure, but I sold a few of them these last couple of weeks. Here's a Clairol Root Touch-Up Semi-Permanent Hair Gel Color for $7.90. A Secret Clinical Strength Deodorant for $8.70. There's a 2-pack of Simply Neosporin. It's the 3-ingredient antibiotic ointment. Sold a 2-pack for $12.88. Some charcoal teeth scrub for $9. Still got some more of those Contigo spill-proof water bottles. Not this last palette unboxing I did of the palette that I got from Wholesale Ninjas, but the one prior to that. I am still selling these water bottles. And this is what I love about multiple quantity listings. You guys probably hear me say all the time. I got that palette months ago. I listed these water bottles months ago, but I had like 20 of them. So they just keep consistently selling. So here's another one that sold for $12.88. And so I have completely sold out of this Palmer's Cocoa Butter Cleansing Face Oil. This one sold for $9. I am completely sold out. Man, when this first started, I had maybe 30 or 40 of them. I finally sold out completely. Here's a Sunflowers Body Lotion by Elizabeth Arden, sold for $9.88. So this was actually a combined order here. I had someone buy a total of 4 of these Poo-Pourris for $24. They had initially sent me a $13 offer on 2 of them that I accepted, and then they messaged me asking about getting more of them. So they sent me an $11 offer for 2 more. That way I was able to package them all together. Still went first class, so that was a nice sale. Here's a pack of 8 hydrating Red Earth face masks, sold for $14. There's a 4-pack of Simple Moisturizing Face Wash, sold for $20 on best offer. A 2-pack of Clairol Root Touch-Up, sold for $13.84. 2-pack, 1 Simple Facial Moisturizing Face Wash and then a face scrub, sold in best offer for $10. Here's a 3-pack of Dove Glowing Mango Butter and Almond Butter Body Wash, sold for $30.88. Here's a 2-pack of the Off Deep Woods Sportsman Max Strength Insect Repellent, sold for $12 on best offer. Again, you see lots of best offers here. A 2-pack of the St. Ives Soothing Body Wash, the oatmeal and shea butter, sold for $19.21. L'Oreal Voluminous Original Mascara in 310 Blackest Black, sold for $10.53. So these were some mystery JoJo Siwa bows. So it's a hair bows, 2 packs. It's a series 4, sold for $10 on best offer. Head & Shoulders Supreme Exfoliating Scalp Scrub, sold for $10.93. A Goodfellow & Co. Men's Hanging Toiletry Bag, sold for $12. Maybelline Master Precise Solar Gold Liquid Eyeliner, sold for $7.49. Burcom Medical Grade No Contact Forehead Thermometer, sold for $21.74. Some Raw Sugar Micro Algae Hand Cream. They're the little 1-ounce travel size, sold a lot of 5 of them for $16 on best offer. Still selling off some of this Olay Regenerist Night Resurfacing Elixir. So this person bought 2 of them for $41.58. I still have 4 available, but I've sold, I think, 20 so far. This was definitely a listing that I had a high multi-quantity of. Someone went crazy buying these simple exfoliating facial scrubs. So this person bought 3 lots of 4, so a total of 12 tubes for $62.37. Here's some of that classic clean layering fragrance gift set. This was something that was in the last personal care unboxing that I did, that I got from Wholesale Ninjas. Whole bunch of personal care. I still have 2 left, but this one sold for $45.75. Some Nexus lightweight leave-in conditioner. It was a 5 fluid ounce bottle. Someone bought 2 of them for a total of $47.28. A Smile Active's teeth whitening pen sold for $17.94. Here's another one of those From Sheer Artistry scissors. This one was not on sale. Someone paid full price, $37.89 for it. Here's all of those John Frieda 7-day in-shower treatments. Someone here sent me an offer on these Gillette Fusion 5 Pro Glide razors. It was the razor handle with 4 cartridges. Someone sent me an offer for 6 at $10 a piece, so $60 for all 6 of them, which of course I accepted. A bottle of Stress Balls Night Stress Focus Gummies sold for $14.14. A 2-pack of Neutrogena oil-free acne moisturizer sold for $16.04. Someone bought 2 sets of Juice Organics Passion Flower Volumizing Shampoo and Conditioner. So they bought 2 sets for a total of $43.48. Someone bought 2 lots of 2 of these Poise thin shaped incontinence pads. So they paid a total of $106.18 to me, and then they paid additional for the shipping label. So these packages were really large and heavy, so I charged shipping to the buyer because I knew that they were going to be expensive. So it ended up getting, I ended up giving the buyer the option to do either FedEx or priority mail. They ended up opting for priority mail service, so they paid a total of $128.76. But a lot of that extra monies went to the shipping labels. Here's a subscriber bought these Halls Honey Vanilla Menthol Cough Drops from me. Thank you so much. I always appreciate when you guys shop my eBay store. This O2 Cool Arctic Squeeze Insulated Mist and Sip Water Bottle sold for $16.04. Someone bought 3 of these Fancy Feet women's insoles, so it was a trim to fit. They bought 3 of them for $39.57. I accepted a best offer of $20 for 3 of the Schmidt's Bergamot and Lime Natural Deodorant. A 5-pack of Soap and Glory Clean On Me shower gel. They're the little travel size, sold for $14.29. Oh, here, let's talk about melatonin. So a lot of you guys have been asking me about melatonin and saying that your listings have been getting pulled down. So we briefly talked about this issue that a lot of us sellers were having with listing melatonin on eBay. We talked about it in a couple of live streams ago, and then I addressed it in my Instagram stories because a lot of us sellers were having issues with melatonin. So here's the thing. I also had a melatonin listing pulled down. My account didn't get restricted. I didn't get, my account shut down or suspended for 7 days or anything like that, but I know that a lot of you were struggling with this. So this is what I found out. I contacted eBay. I do have access to eBay Concierge because I have gone to eBay Open in the past, and when you attend the eBay Open conference, you're enrolled in eBay Concierge. So I was able to have access to eBay Concierge and speak to them about this. And what they told me was that melatonin was considered a prescription drug in the UK. And eBay has a very strict prescription drug policy when it comes to health items. So you cannot list anything that requires a prescription. However, If you have your listing enrolled in the eBay Global Shipping Program, or if you provide international shipping on an item, melatonin is considered a prescription item in Europe. So that's what's causing a lot of people to have their melatonin listings pulled down and potentially have their accounts suspended. So if this has happened to you, I would recommend that you go to the eBay help page, try to reach out to the trust and safety team and send them an email. If an email is all you're able to do, if you cannot request a callback right now, at least send them an email or try to request a callback to talk to any form of eBay rep. It doesn't have to be someone from the trust and safety team. Just try to get a hold of someone at eBay to let them know that you're having an issue with your account because of this prescription issue. So what the representative from the trust and safety team told me to do was that I was able to relist the item as long as I took off the international shipping, because that should solve the problem. And then they gave me the ticket number that I had opened up to address this issue. And so what they told me was going to happen was, after I relisted the item, if it got pulled down again or if I had an issue, to reference this ticket number again because I had permission to list it. So what usually happens is, if eBay pulls down a listing, if you put it back up and eBay takes it down again, they will immediately restrict your account for violating policy. So if eBay pulls a listing down, don't ever just put it back up without permission. But if you've been having issues with melatonin products getting pulled down, that is probably why. Just make sure that you don't have any form of international shipping on it and remove it from the eBay Global Shipping Program, and you should be okay. Quench Moisturizing Nourish Shampoo on best offer for $21. Some NYX Gel Bronze Illuminator for $7.45. A Crayola Scribble Safari Color Pet Little Toy Thing for $12.70. Here's another lot of Proganics Repair Conditioner sold for $25 on best offer. A 6-pack of 3M Scotch Yellow Duct Tape sold for $26.89. Someone bought 2 lots of 2 Peach Slices Charcoal Peel-Off Shimmering Face Mask. So a total of 4 of the little face mask jars for $28.44. Let's see, scroll down a little further here. Here's an iJoy waterproof Bluetooth speaker in color lemon, sold for $28.88. A 4-pack of Dove Beauty dry spray sold for $23.64. Oh, here's another Depend Night Defense Incontinence Overnight women's underwear. So someone bought a lot of 4 packages for $56.89. This is another example of they paid additional for shipping because the packaging was super heavy. So they paid a total of $90.09 with the shipping label, but the total purchase price was $56.89 for those. Here's a eucalyptus and mint native deodorant sold for $12.88. A Main Choice infused biotin infused styling gel sold for $16.88. Curls Blissful Lengths vitamin hair supplement sold for $15.88. Neutrogena Repair anti-wrinkle regenerating face retinol cream sold for $18.88. Scrolling. Here's some more Always Discreet incontinence pads. Looks like a 3-pack, so a total of 198 liners sold for $38. Another example, I had shipping charged. So this is something else. This is probably the note that I'm going to end on, because you guys can see a lot of the same kind of things that sold, and I don't want this video to be too terribly long. So I always charge shipping on the items that are weighing maybe over a pound or 2, and they do not fit in a flat rate envelope of any kind. So anything that's big and bulky that does not fit in a flat rate, I will always charge shipping to the buyer, because I have been burned one too many times not knowing what to expect on price, especially if something is larger than 12 inches by 12 inches by 12 inches. Bigger size packages can definitely have a huge effect on the sale price, because it's not just about weight. A lot of people think that your shipping label is strictly based off of weight, but that is not true. If you have a package that is bigger than 12 inches on any side, that also plays into consideration when we're talking about how much it's going to cost to ship your item. And of course, the farther your item goes, the bigger the package is, the more it's going to cost. So anytime I have an item that weighs over a pound that does not fit into a flat rate envelope or a regional A box, I will always charge shipping to the buyer, and you have to make sure that you have the accurate package dimensions in there as well, because if you don't put the package dimensions in there, there's a good chance that your buyer can underpay for the item and you'll have to pay out of your pocket because the item is bigger than you indicated in the listing. Therefore, the shipping label ends up being more than the buyer paid for it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and videos like it, please do give it a thumbs up. That lets me know that you appreciate this content. Don't forget to check the video description. I'll put a lot of useful information in there, as well as all of my favorite links on the Wholesale Ninjas website. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to put them down in the comments below. And of course, remember to subscribe if you haven't already. I am here for you every single week, and we're gonna grow our businesses together. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys with my next video. Bye-bye.